welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I am your maid twin sister who's ultimately better than you in every way, Drooby
And I am Norn's biggest hater, Sobroni.
Welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars, where we talk about everything anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb, but not your waifu because she is trash or Norn. So how's it going, Noni?
It is going well. How's it going with you, Drew?
I'm warm. I'm warm.
I'm too warm. It's hot in here.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely like noticeably warmer. Like I have to take off my sweatshirt just to record, which I don't mind. Yeah, it is indeed a hot box where my no wait, that's not how the Omarion song goes. It's a I got an ice box where my heart used to be. Oh, well, now it's a hot box. Whatever. Anyways, welcome everyone to the show. We're gonna get started with our new segment this week in anime. And baby, what segment this is? We both decided this was just big enough.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one.
Yep. So, it's so funny that a few weeks ago I mentioned Pixiv. Because the Korean Anime News Network, Pixiv, is blocks adult content in US and UK. The platform announced on the 22nd of April that users in the United States and the United Kingdom will no longer be able to post adult content per its new terms of use in compliance with regional laws from April 25th. So I quickly looked at all the rules that they posted, and yeah, baby, it's not, they gutted. They said you cannot do It's like, so lowly shit gone. Literally anything involved with the minor gone. Any non-consensual or violent sex stuff gone. And I'm just going down the list. Like I'm just summarizing those are rules like 1, 2, and 3 essentially. Well, 4 is like it just covers whatever else that we didn't cover in this gone. The fourth rule is let me paraphrase. Post any content that is obscene, illegal, unlawful, fraudulent, defamatory, libelous, abusive, lewd, invasive of personal privacy or publicity rights, harassing, hateful, racially or ethnically offensive, or encourages conduct that would be considered a criminal offense, give rise to civil liability, violate any law, or is otherwise inappropriate.
Yeah. So basically, it's gutted. So I actually have a surprising take on this. And that take is I'm fine with that because it only applies to the US and UK, not Japan. So if you literally just go into your Pixiv profile and you just change your territory to Japan.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh.
So I actually like this because, like I said, I have this, man, I don't know. It's something about this new generation where they just like backslid into like soccer mom territory. Like all these young kids nowadays are just like so anti-sex and porn. It's so crazy. So I don't trust anime in the West. I'm glad Japan is gonna gatekeep anime again. Because I'm afraid that if they didn't do this step, the other step would have been, oh well, Pixiv just bans all porn in general on all.
Yeah, I feel like at that point
countries.
you would have a problem.
Yeah, so this is more like a hey, we don't trust the West, US, UK to, handle their shit. So we are
Hmm.
not going to expose them to that shit before we open ourselves up to some crazy lawsuit or something.
Yeah, but I it's so weird. Like I guess the Supreme Court case could regarding the Texas age verification thing. I didn't realize it would have such a impact to the point where Pixiv and I probably other sites are just like,
Mm.
we're just not going to.
Oh yeah, but I'm betting by like 2035 ish, all porn is just going to be illegal in the United States. That's the direction we're heading.
Um,
Can you say that it won't be? I mean, literally in some states it's already banned. So
yeah, that's like.
we're like entering this new Puritan age of like prohibition.
First of all, whoa. First of all, that's not. Do not blame the younger generation for that. You know
I'm
exactly.
100. It is
You
a
know,
billion% the younger generation.
girl. The lawmakers are older than us. They're your parents' age, and they are the reason why these laws are being passed. Not a bunch of
Yes,
not a bunch of 16-year-olds who.
it's a combination because it's the lawmakers who are just like sex, but also I've been on Twitter. I've seen everyone freak out over porn on Twitter whenever like any new game or anime comes out that's slightly ecchi. Everyone loses their shit.
Whoa. Okay, wait, hold on. Because I feel like made an argument using from Twitter, and you're saying Twitter. Oh, but Twitter doesn't count what's from Twitter. So does it or does it not count? You can't pick and choose when it matters.
It depends.
No, it doesn't. It either does or it either has influence or it doesn't.
It's influence,
And for me, and I don't believe.
I'm not saying it influences the laws. I'm saying it gives insight into what people think, and I think that the younger generation is just extremely
okay. I mean that's fair, but
purish.
That's fair. I'm arguing that has nothing to do. That their opinions about on Twitter have nothing to do with the lawmakers who have been trying to do this shit.
But
forever.
my point is, there's not going to be any fight back. There's not going to be any pushback against those laws because the younger generation is going to be like, "Oh, good, I don't like porn."
I mean, I hope that is not the case.
It's two different factions, but like you got the older, actual super religious lawmakers who are just like, yeah, no, all bad things must be banned, and normally that always happens. But then, like, the younger generation is there to push back on it. Like, think back on video games when, like, they were trying to push laws to make video games, violent video games illegal and stuff. You had the younger generation there to be like, no, fuck off. We're going to organize and stop this. And it worked. I don't think that younger generation is going to be there for this. For this wave of, like, prohibition, laws coming through.
Well, I think, it's not just that. It's also just because porn has been so wildly unregulated to the point where and it all started with the whole Pornhub thing. I think that's a huge reason why all this shit's happening. I mean, it's literally age verification, like, which also happened as a direct, consequence of Pornhub having kitty porn on it. So, I don't know. I guess unpopular take. I'm kind of for the age verification. I don't see like
I'm not because I don't think it's. First off, I don't think it stops. I don't think it works because people still find ways to get around it.
But also, but you need like that extra bit. I'm fine putting extra barriers from kids watching porn. I'm okay with that.
All right, but like that's hypocritical. I'm pretty sure you watched porn before you were.
18. I 1000% did, and
I feel like it's more harmful to like listen. I'm up for the age of porn consent being 18. But I'm also for not putting barriers there because people.
It's either
kids will find sex one way or another.
Listen, I'm not shaming. I'm not shaming the kids or myself for finding it. I'm just saying, I'm okay for kids not being super exposed to it. I don't know. I feel like I know. I would argue that kids' brains don't need to be exposed to. There's a lot of adult content that I can make an argument that I'm like kids should not be seeing this because they're going to not they're not gonna they don't have the ability to discern between this is a fantasy and this is a reality.
So. Listen, I grew up in the Wild West of the internet and I saw a lot of crazy shit when I was growing up and I turned out. But also
fine TM. Fine TM.
Also, I think this accomplishes the opposite because yes, Pornhub had that issue with the unregulated, underage porn stuff. But if you do this thing where you make it so that Pornhub is inaccessible, all you're doing is making it so like the next porn site that's like, I want to say like RedTube or I don't know I actually don't even know another porn site besides Pornhub right now. But whatever the next porn site is, it's just gonna be like
RedTube is
some offshore like Russian site that's like completely unregulated, and kids will just flock to that and see even more insane, crazy shit.
I
feel like just like the regulations we had were fine. You don't need to go draconian with it because I just feel like
no, it's not draconian. There's nothing draconian about saying kids you can't watch porn. There's nothing draconian about that. I think that's actually. It's actually healthy. Like no, I'm sorry. I disagree on that. I think,
but they will. But that's like
okay, and then but let them do that. Then let them do that.
You're forcing them to something that's less regulated. That's all it accomplishes. You're just gonna force them to a site that's not hosted in the U.S. and is less regulated.
But that's what we were watching too. So it doesn't matter if they go. Like at that point, if they go out of their way to find it, then it's like good on them. But you're like, it's like you're saying, well, they're going to find a website that's super not regulated. Like ours wasn't. There was no regulation. So
then it's just counterproductive, I guess.
It's not counterproductive. It makes them go the extra. I'm okay with putting extra barriers so that they're not looking at porn. Like until they're once again, it's literally until you're 18, and then. I literally just log in with your social security number and not social security. Well, actually,
I think it is social security.
No.
Which opens up a whole other, can of worms.
I don't think mine was. I can't remember my social. I think it was like the ID number. I remember the one time I used it for X Hamster, and that was insane. That was insane. That was too much. I will admit. At first, it was too much. I'm like, we need to find a healthy medium. Because they were doing too much to regulate, like that was insane. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, kids should just use their imagination and not. I don't know. Are people? No, I'm sorry. It's as someone who's been sexually active for a very long time, I personally have seen the side effects, the not good side effects that sex has had on the gay community. Like they have literally confused like the fantasy with reality.
I mean, it's everyone.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder why. Like, I wonder why we can't discern the difference. It's almost as if we were exposed from this from very young and didn't know any better, and now we just go with it, and then people are having sex that's not the greatest. People are having sex where they may not want to do things, but they're feeling pressure to do things. People are having sex where they're like, I'm not really enjoying it, but it's supposed to be this hard, or I thought it's supposed to be this forceful, or maybe it's not supposed to feel this good. People put up with they put up with a lot to just to capture that fantasy, and it's kind of crazy. And I remember once I stopped doing that, like one of my exes, he was out of control. Like I was like the way he was exposed, I can tell. Like I was like, yo, if I was a sex therapist, the way he would have been so fascinating to just to figure out what the fuck's going on in his head, because baby, the way his relationship with sex was so unhealthy. It was unhealthy, and I think that's one of my biggest problems with being exposed to porn. Like, thinking back on it, including myself, it's like you end up having this not necessarily. And I'm not saying this is everyone, but enough people, they don't have like healthy sex habits. They don't. Porn does not does not give you healthy sex habits.
Banning it doesn't help. It just trades one extreme for the other, because there's always people will always have sex.
I think
it's not like before.
I think banning it. I think regulating. I'm not even banning it. Regulating it, because it's not banning it outright. You're just making it so kids don't watch.
Pixar is banning it.
Oh well, yeah. That I don't. That's really. I mean, I feel like for them, Pixar was just like too lazy. Like, we don't want to do the age verification thing, and which is fair. Which is fair, because, like I said, the maybe not the last time, but the time before I tried it, it was a nightmare. So they're like, no. So I can understand that, but yeah, I'm personally for not, and it's not just that me saying, and I agree, just saying no and saying y'all can't watch this, I agree, but that in itself is like, yeah, that's not super productive. I think that combined with actual proper education, to me, that feels like key. There will
always be a degree of people who are just like, it's always a process to find out how sex works. It's not like as simple as just being like, oh, I wasn't exposed to porn and I had a good healthy education, so now I'm a master of understanding all the intricacies of sexual relationships.
That is true, but I'd rather the next generation have a healthy foundation to start exploring.
And I think that giving them safer access to porn gives them that healthy foundation.
I don't know, maybe,
or at least lets them explore different. Like, listen, at the end of the day, it's always gonna be on you to like get your own shit checked. You can only handhold someone so long.
Excuse me.
It comes down to the age-old argument of like, should I be held accountable for like because other people can't control themselves or whatever? Like, yeah, maybe porn will ruin some people's lives and like they can't separate the reality from the fiction or whatever. But...
Okay, well, I didn't say ruin people's lives. I'm just saying
sex lives, ruin their sex lives. But you know,
but they, fun, I don't know. But it's like if no one teaches them,
well, that's on them.
I don't know. I like that's kind of like, I don't know. What are they supposed to? They're supposed to do. Someone's gotta teach them. That's like
that's not my job. That's
no, not your job, but it should be someone's. It should be someone's job.
It should be someone's job, but that shouldn't come at the expense of everyone else having access to like what they want.
I don't know. I feel like you said, if people want to find porn, like,
I mean, it's because I just honestly think that porn is gonna be like the new prohibition with alcohol, but it's just gonna be porn this time, and I'm sure it's not gonna be everywhere. Like people like me,
I don't know.
And
I don't
nerds
think
are gonna be fine because it's gonna be like, well, find the dark web hentai shit. But
I don't think so. I think honestly, like, porn makes too much money. I don't think they would at the end of the day. What?
Well, that's a Texas.
Porn makes Texas is like the Bible Belt's stupid. Like they're just gonna make a bunch of stupid laws that.
Well, all it takes is one of those stupid guys to become president and like a Republican majority, and you got pretty much, you know, porn banned.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, but low key, I don't know. I feel like porn might be like the one thing Republicans might have to be like, because at the end of the because at the end
I
of the
feel like
day,
it's a slippery slope. I feel like
I don't
they
know.
already did abortion. Next is going to be
Because that's stuff that's those are women's rights, which they don't care about. So it makes sense that they take away things like abortion and
but
stuff.
they'll continue going down the list. Like, all right, we denied women's rights. Now let's deny.
They're not gonna, but they're not gonna deny. They're not gonna
deny poor people rights. Then we're
they're not gonna deny things that men enjoy overall. Like that, I'd be shocked if that happens. I literally be shocked.
100% will. Contrary to popular belief, the men are not a monolith. There's also diversity amongst groups of men that they can discriminate against.
Yes, they're the ones who don't want the porn, and they're the ones who also don't want the porn, but they like being in power and getting elected. I think that's the only difference. that's the monolith thing. I think they, at the end of the day, the vast majority, they do indeed want the porn.
Let's hope we don't reach the worst timeline.
Yeah, me too. I don't think it's gonna happen. I am hopeful. I just sites like this, I guess, because of the laws of Texas and the court case, it's either they're gonna be blocking their content, their adult content in US, or they might fall in line with the whole age identification programs.
Get yourself a VPN. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, y'all get yourselves a VPN. But yeah. Oh, okay. I think that was it for our news.
That was productive talk.
Yeah, I would say so. Alright, now that we're done with our news, it's time for our weekly reviews. And first of all, this Hibike at Euphonium, this ship is apparently the best thing since sliced bread, because how is it even higher than Konosuba? That's insane to me.
I don't know why it's higher than Konosuba. I only saw the first season and it was alright. I can see why people really like it. It's basically free but more shoujo-ai, and instead of being about swimming, it's about bands or orchestras. A lot of like drama, Yuri-ish drama.
Oh shit! No, not lesbian shit.
Not like fully. Well, at least not in season 1. It wasn't like, it was like implied. Like, we're best friends of the best friends that really close friends, and I want you to be my best friend for that type of shit.
Right. Oh, okay. I was like,
unless season 2 they start popping off and like making out and stuff.
Oh my god.
Maybe that's why it's so high.
I don't know. Again, maybe I'll ask someone who watches it. Anyways, that is not our first anime. First anime is Konosuba, season 3, episode 3. Yay! We're finally back.
Yes, we're back with Konosuba after the couple-week break, and we are hitting the ground running.
Yes, sir. So it's basically the Cosmo and Iris show, and it is hilarious. Cosmo's like he I don't know. I guess he just fell into the whole Oni-san trope somehow, and he's just like, yes, I want to be in the castle being catered to and have my cute little sister call me Oni-san and shit.
To be fair, that is a better life than what he was living before.
His other life wasn't terrible. They had like a house and money and
yeah, but every so often some crazy shit happens, and he would die, or like, just periodically bouts of bad luck. Mainly caused by Aqua.
That scene where he wants to, where Iris opens the door and he's like has only his boxers on, and then he chases after her and she's creeped out. That was funny.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I guess it was nice watching Iris just have those moments of like being treated like a kid essentially. So she just wants someone like who's gonna play with her and not, give her the princess treatment,
Mhm.
which Cosmo was doing. He was a good playmate for her, and also telling all those dirty stories about fucking darkness. Jesus.
Yeah, she's a bit too young for that. Speaking of porn,
Right. Oh, was that again?
exposure to illicit materials at a young age.
Hmm. Crazy. Um. And eventually, darkness and the rest came to get him back. That was a very interesting scene he was where darkness was kind of shaming him into saying all the crazy shit that was coming out of his mouth, like
Mhm.
slowly. It was weird because darkness is usually the one who's submissive, but I guess in her hometown and when she's like a noble, she kind of takes that power back.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see Darkness being a slightly or much more aggressive character this season.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Like
here
she's the
for
one who's
it.
taking charge. Yeah, like listen, I do have a I have a reputation to uphold. I can't be horny all the time.
Right. When the Alderp dude and the rest of them are talking about her, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, you just call me master," and she almost like breaks his arms.
um,
Yeah, so she's not having it. She's like, we can go back to that. Uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Dynamic. We can go back to that dynamic when we leave this city and go back to
back
our
to
town. But until then, I'm noble, and you better watch your mouth.
yeah, and Cosmo clearly doesn't want to leave. I do like that they organically keep getting themselves into more trouble. Like the trouble always seems to like snowball. Like it starts out small and then it keeps going and going and going till they end up in like some really insane situation, which is what I think they're entering right now. Because
Hmm.
Cosmo signed them up to basically hunt down this thief that steals from nobles.
Yep.
And I have a feeling this thief is probably a demon lord army general.
Oh, 1,000%.
Mm,
That's usually how it works out. But yeah. Now that I'm just glad that they're all reunited.
hmm
Because as fun as Cosmo is, I don't want him to carry the whole show on his back.
Yeah, although Iris was fun to watch too. She's not as boring as I thought she would be. It was kind of cute.
No, not at all. Yeah, she's very cute.
And they have a wholesome relationship. I like their relationship with her and Kazuma.
Yeah, I love the animation of Cosmo just waking up every morning to, you know, misname his butler. Fuck, I forgot the butler's name. He kept saying Sebastian so many times.
I think it
Um,
was like Heiter or something, or Heidel.
Something like that. And then the poor maid having to make the bed while he's like still in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, what in the Sekuhara is going on? It's crazy. All right, up next we have uh Wolf and Spice and Wolf. Excuse me, Wolf and Spice. It says it's Wolf and Spice.
I don't know why it says Wolf and Spice. It should be Spice and Wolf.
Right,
Also, it's
right.
not Spice and Wolf. That's next.
It is not. I skipped over all
You
of
skipped over like a
two.
lot.
I skipped over two. My bad. I'm tired. I'm so tired. Up next, we have Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Part 2, Episode 4.
Yes, all my homies hate Norn.
Norna is kind of the worst.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I expected you to like be like, "Bleh, but she's cute." Bleh. Like
She is cute, but first off, she kind of just looks like a gender bent Rudy when he was younger.
yeah,
So she's cute, but she ain't that cute. Also, she's not as cute as Aisha.
I mean,
It's that effect of like Norn by herself is just bratty and annoying, but Norn next to Aisha is like
insufferable.
insufferable. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, Aisha, you're so perfect. Norn, what are you doing?
Like,
Stop
I don't
fucking
know.
up.
I feel like that they laying it on so thick with Norn that's like, ugh. Like, like, why are you making me dislike this girl so much? It's like it feels like I'm repeating the whole process of Rudy all over again.
I know. Like, I get it because she's like a kid and she's not smart and she already doesn't like Rudy, but like, I don't know. It's just obnoxious because they're doing so much for her and he's going out of his way so much to like make sure she's comfortable and happy and she's just being ungrateful about it.
Right. It's like they're not showing any positives about her. Nothing. There's nothing I
Yeah.
can hold on to being like, no, it might be. No.
Maybe something.
She's rude. She doesn't talk to Rudy. She she's just cold to him at every chance. Like not even just a little. Like all she does is kind of give him a look and then just walks away. Like it's kind of frustrating.
Is it bad if I hope that Rudy actually like yells at her or something? Because I feel like he's giving her way too much rope or like benefit of the doubt. Because he keeps thinking like, well, maybe if I do this, she'll be happier and she'll be less miserable, and then she still continues to be unhappy and miserable.
Listen, I don't want him to yell at her because honestly, I'm like Rudy. Listen, you already have a sister who loves you and an awesome wife. She can stay miserable by herself. TBH. Like you being mad over because a few years ago I fought my dad, who I didn't know was my dad at the time. Like, girl, be fucking for real.
I don't know. I just want him to just like snap her out of it. Like, listen, stop acting like a baby. Grow up. Act like your sister, girl.
Right, literally, just acted like. I almost feel bad for her. I know it probably has to do with the fact that compared to her sister, she's so. I'm trying not to say the word inferior, but it's like damn, she couldn't even be good at studying. She couldn't even be good at math. Like, damn. I feel like she grew. I don't know. I feel like maybe she low key grew up with Aisha. Who? I maybe. I don't know. Maybe I don't. I was gonna say maybe she grew up with Aisha being. She a billion%, but which is because it's like the way they're raised. It seems like Aisha's like the favorite one, which I feel like that's not true. I feel like you know, Paul is a lot of things, but well, Paul's also bad to his children. I don't know. I was like, I don't know where I was going with this.
Paul wouldn't be bad to his kid. They have like a mental flashback of him beating Rudy.
Like freaking out on his son, who's like, who also survived, like crazy things. Or you should just be happy your son is alive, but instead you're like mad at him. Yeah.
I think what it is Aisha feels like, oh, I have to do all this. I have to go this extra mile and be the best at everything because I'm the daughter of the concubine. So like,
yeah,
it's on me to like pull my weight.
Yeah, that was so sad. When she was like, why does she get everything? And I feel like that was a lot of her life where Norn just kind of got everything because she was a legitimate daughter.
You're the wife's kid, so you get whatever you want.
Right.
Aisha has to work for it.
Right. Aisha's like, no, but So we get to see a bit of like the brattiness, but it's like, you know, under Aisha being brattiness, I'm like, I can tell that's how you were treated or how you were raised. You know, I
think I think they both need the opposite. Like I think Aisha needs to relax and not try so hard for a little bit, and then Norn needs some discipline.
She needs therapy. She needs to get over herself. She needs, like, I don't know. I feel like discipline, quote unquote, is not.
Not like punishment discipline, but I mean like just like in terms of she needs more respect for people. She needs to like actually apply herself more and care about stuff more.
I feel like she has respect for people, except for Rudy.
I don't know. She didn't even remember Sophie. She was like, Sophie, I don't remember that bitch.
I mean, but she was so young when when teleportation happened.
Yeah, but at least put some effort. Be like, oh my goodness, I heard about you, Sophie. And
okay, I feel like you're. I feel like you're.
Aisha would do that.
Yeah, but Aisha didn't, and that's part of the.
Aisha went shopping with her in one of the scenes.
Yeah, because unlike
what was Norn doing? Sulking.
Yeah, but that's because Aisha likes her brother, so it only makes sense.
By the way, I love the scene where Rudy's like trying to confide in Sophie. And he's like, man, Aisha is so smart, but she just wants to be our maid. And Sophie's like, well, the house is dirty.
Right, exactly. Sophie's like, and like, oh, you know, that's not the worst idea. Yeah, I'm like, she's so smart. Like, she doesn't even have to go to school, honestly. Like, she just.
Doesn't be that smart to clean these dishes.
Right. And honestly, I'm totally fine with Rudy's decision to send her off to the dorms, because I'm just like, well, girl, yeah, you fine with Aisha, you clearly hate me.
I have a feeling she's just being bullied, though. Because no one is talking to her, and she's just, like, wandering around. She's just never in class. She's just wandering around.
No, she's one of those people who's, like, she's just so helpless. And defend that. Whoa, I was going to use a term to describe. I didn't use the term to describe Rin, and that I did not mean to use. She's kind of just really shy. Let's just say she's really shy, and very withdrawn and reserved. You know, she's very. I can tell she was very. I feel like she's just very babied by literally enter father figure here. If it wasn't Paul, then it was Rudyard who escorted them. And yeah, it was good to see Rudyard all stoic and sexy.
And clearly he has a history with bodyguardy, apparently.
Yeah, that's not great. They have a little bit of bad blood, I guess, in one of their wars. I forget that Rudyard is like 1,000,000 years old. Yeah. Not 1,000,000, but he's old. Right, exactly.
He doesn't look it. I have a theory, and that is that Norn is going to, or rather, the Beast Girl sisters are probably gonna end up befriending Norn and like then teach her how good Rudy is.
Yeah, it's not,
because they already had a small interaction, and they have to get on Rudy's good side anyway now that they fucked up so much. So they'll probably just be like, "Fuck it, let's look out for his little sister."
Yeah, that, by the way, that was so hilarious. Not you demanded people to you stole people's underwear and put it in a bag to give to him. What the fuck?
I guess they know that Rudy likes underwear.
Damn. Oh yeah, they did find Roxy's. And they're just like, well, if he likes one, let's just
get them all.
Wait. Did
Sophie?
Did Sophie ever see it?
No.
Oh god.
I don't know if she saw it like after they got married.
Oh, I doubt it, right.
Rudy's like, oh, by the way, I should probably show you the panties that I have with my ex or my teacher.
My teacher, right? Not even. Oh, also, speaking of, well, I wouldn't call Eris an ex. But yeah, Rudyard he's low-key not feeling him, Rudy being with Sophie. To the point that he's like really going on his way to be like, yeah, I'm gonna try and like work it out between you two, because this makes me sad that you guys aren't cool anymore. Which I found to be a little surprising. I thought he'd just be like, oh, not my problem.
Yeah.
So it's nice that Ruijerd kind of cares about them that much, even if it's. I feel like in my mind it's part of him being like, no, I want my shit back.
Yeah, I want to see you guys get together. I shipped this since I met you, and I can't abide by you dating Sophie now.
No, no, let him be with the good wife, Sophie. I mean, honestly, I don't think Sophie would care.
Oh no, she 100%. She even brought
Right.
up the idea already of us having concubine.
Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, it would be Eris, I guess, would be the problem child.
Yeah, something tells me Roxy wouldn't care either. She'd just be like, "Oh well, as long as
as long as X, Y, and Z.
Eris is gonna show up and see Rudy with two eyes and be like, "What the fuck is?"
Right, and then yeah, oh damn, because now that she's gonna go up and see him, she's like, oh, I guess you're a man now. I guess we can fuck. God, I can't wait till Eris comes back, short hair or not. Oh my god, I'm envisioning it now. Just her with like this cute red bob and just giant tits, just standing all imposing. Oh my god. Oh, I hope. Oh my god. What if she's taller than Rudy?
I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know. Rudy has gotten pretty tall.
He has gotten pretty tall, but
Well, she's always been taller than him, so probably.
Oh my god. Yes. Oh, my queen. Damn. I think it's the way I'm just like she's still forever be top 3. I feel like she's gonna shoot right back to 1.
Yeah.
I forget who my number 1 is. I think it's like maybe Ellen Elise. It's just between those two, honestly. But yeah, this was the episode. We get to see the clear difference between the two sisters. Hopefully Norn gets better.
I'm sure she will. She'll get her little arc.
Yep. All right. Up next, we have Slime Season 3, Episode 4.
This one was more world building / planning.
It's very much. It feels like just Episode 3, but more dialogue, or different dialogue.
Like these first 4 episodes are just one continuous episode.
I don't hate it because it feels very chummy. It's like I hope they do something next episode though, but it's like but I didn't mind it again. By the way, Sword Grizzly is insane. Only you think you can kill a sword?
If I had a gun, yeah.
Oh my god!
It reaches further than a sword.
Baby, the way I would just use that gun on myself and call it a life. That is crazy. The Sword Grizzly. What the fuck? And it just had a bunch of like giant ass blades coming out of it. I'm like, excuse me, what in the Fallout is this? Oh, sorry, I was watching Fallout. So.
Oh, nice. Maybe. Did you finish it or are you still watching it?
I think I have like 2 more episodes. I'm enjoying it. Have you watched it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's okay. Well, yeah, back to Slime. One thing I did like about this episode, probably the only thing, well, the thing that stood out that I really liked is the talk about the barrier and stuff and how to use his magic skills and shit. It felt like science, which I like when magic feels like scientific to me. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, it was. They do a good job of trying to explain things because they use a lot of good examples, like when he was comparing it to like a record player or like an MP3 player or whatever for the Magicules thing.
And then and then my nerd brain was when they were talking about oh, the efficient usage of energy, because once the shard breaks, the energy just shatters, and there's all this wasted expended energy. I was like, this is very chemistry coded. This is extremely chemistry coded. I kind of like it. It's basically they're equating like magic, like I don't know, magical fuel, trying to convert it into a useful source of energy. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Also, they once again Geld getting that little tap on the shoulder for a bigger part, like to do something bigger. I don't know if it's. I can't tell if it's like they're bigging him up for like a bigger part in the story, or they're just like, okay, go away to this part of.
Yeah, go fuck off and do something so we don't have to worry about you for the next arc.
Right, I can't tell what is what because they just keep talking about him a lot, but I appreciate it. So it's like, makes you think about him as a character. Like they're really good at balancing who gets what. Like everyone gets their like little screen time. You know, even Gapta with the whole, oh yeah, even I do something like that whole little joke with Rimuru. That was pretty nice. I love when they were talking. They're like, "Ugh, what about the Holy Church? Surely, they were talking about, like, I guess, like Hinata and her motives, potential motives. Or like, oh, it's not like she's dumb enough to like attack Rimuru and Vadora, and I'm just like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, she's definitely that dumb.
Yeah, she will.
She is definitely that dumb. She won't, but because her vampire goddess told her not to. I feel like
someone's gonna end up playing her and being like, "Oh, your vampire goddess was kidnapped. You must fight Rimuru to save her," or some shit.
Right. Meanwhile, Valdora's like, "Yo, I literally have all this pent up energy that I actually need to release. Please let me go somewhere." And for some reason, Hinata wants to fight that a literal walking nuclear dragon bomb. Yeah, I'm just hoping next week it's like we get the ball rolling. I feel like we had enough episodes of like laying down the foundation.
Yeah, hopefully the actual arc gets started next episode.
All right, up next now we have Spice and Wolf. Merchant meets the Wise Wolf, episode 4. So shit goes
more economics and shit hitting the fan.
Right, shit is going down. So as we of course realize, this one merchant dude is indeed being sus as fuck. He's giving this offer to multiple merchants. And oh god, what's his name? Lawrence goes to not Medio Trading. Oh god, I forget the other trading company he works with. It was a Melder or something. I forget.
Something like that, yeah.
So yeah, they kind of team up together to kind of discover what's happening and do some reconnaissance. They realize that these people want to aggregate a bunch of coins. Why? Blah blah blah. And then I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Oni. I guess because the price is depreciating. I guess once everyone finds out, they're going to sell it off, but
sell their coins.
I think sell it under market value so that they can get, like, I don't know what they would exchange it for.
Well, I think the thing is that the person would just get a bunch of these silver coins,
right?
Not necessarily that they would get them for a profit, but like they would just be able to accumulate all the coins so that if they go up in value later, they would already have like a stockpile of them or something.
But That's interesting because the trend is that they're depreciating over time.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what the motive is yet, or if they even said what their goal
Right.
is.
I was thinking, yeah, it's for profit. I will say, I don't know. I
Well,
don't
that's what they were
know.
saying. It's
Yeah.
hard to make a profit off a coin that depreciates.
Right. I guess yeah. That's the head scratcher. Hmm. Also, there was a point where Holo was talking where she was like reminiscing about another dude. Is that a reference from like the original series?
No, I think that's a reference to probably something that'll show up later. Maybe, I don't remember.
Okay. Okay. I'm just wondering.
Or she was just trying to make Lawrence jealous.
We do find out like the quote unquote bad guy of this arc is a company called Medio Trading. They're the one who's backing this Zedden character. Uh, or once again for reasons unknown. Can I say something? It's that whole scene with Hollow getting so vulnerable. That I was not ready for that.
Well, where she was all down and everything
Yeah,
because he was yeah.
he was talking about
Yeah,
opening.
she's not really she's an interesting character because she's not
Mm-hmm.
very guarded. Like she's very open with her emotions.
Yeah, like like I would expect her to be like a little more
Mm-hmm.
aloof, and because she doesn't have like an air of mystery, so that's usually how it would work. Like, oh, I'm mysterious and aloof with my feelings, and you don't know what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
sometimes
she's
I
very
don't feel I
closed.
know what she is thinking. But
Yeah, she's interesting that way. Although
yeah,
I do feel horrible for Lawrence because he got cock blocked by these these dudes breaking into his door.
1,000%. Oh my gosh, yeah. But her, like, anytime I see her with her and her ears are down, like my heart just is like, oh my god,
I know. I'm
no.
like, I just want to pet her head or something. Like, oh,
Right, I wanted
Premature.
to hug the shit out of her. So adorable. Um, but yeah, but then like you said, shit gets crazy. Just a bunch of people are trying to like literally fuck him up. Like that is crazy. And then they had like the whole chase throughout the town where she's just like, "Yeah, go warn him because they can catch me, but they don't. But they and it was funny because she's like, "I can hide myself being the wolf for a day at tops."
Mm-hmm.
Cuts to the end, like the post
With
credits.
tail.
Tail out, ears up, showing teeth,
Mm.
claws. I'm like, oh yeah, that lasted for all of 5 seconds.
Good job. Good
Um,
job hiding your identity.
yeah. Also, it's crazy that the Marquis was like, they should have known that we weren't gonna save her. Now that we have what we need,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. They're like, oh, it's so interesting. We're not gonna help her because, and they knew we weren't gonna help her. Why they kidnap her? Interesting. And man, that was really funny. I mean, not for Lawrence, but
For us.
yes. Uh, yeah, they really tried to jump him for real, and then they were like, "Oh, Karen, that man banging on the gates." I'm like, first of all, a motherfucker bangs on my gates. I'm taking like a spear out and just giving them a
Tossing it
new
through
hole.
them.
Cause what you mean banging on my door is demanding I give someone up?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you to tell me what to do in my house? What? You lucky I didn't kill you. You lucky no one killed you. Hmm. Um. But yeah, that was that was crazy. Also, he told them about Holo, and I'm like, why?
I guess to like get their support because they'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh shit, we could make a profit off of that," or something. But then that'll probably come back to bite them.
Yeah, that's true. I guess he was just in a panic.
Mm-hmm.
I love how the dude was like, "Yeah, oh, I would like you if my wife was taken. I too would be in a tizzy. Like, that was crazy. How you like? Yeah, I can empathize. I'm not gonna do shit, but I can empathize. Um, but yeah, that's a good episode. I'm looking forward to next week. Very exciting.
Hope they save Holo.
Mm-hmm. All right, up next we have Blue Archive episode 4. This is a very fun episode.
Yes. The heist comes into fruition.
Yes. Oh shit, what's her name? This is the S.
Shiroko?
Shiroko, yeah, she finally gets her wish and she gets to rob a bank. Not for money, but yeah, she gets to rob the bank. By the way, I am keeping that money. What are you talking about?
But Drew, if you steal from banks, then you'll just do it again next time. And
it's the dark bank. I don't give a fuck. Like they were exploiting. They were taking. Do you not understand? They're taking our money. They're taking our money. That's helping criminals. We're stealing from criminals. What? That was stupid. Like everyone was stupid.
I would normally be upset about that, but they didn't. They just left the money there, and Aru and the rest of them took it. So at the end of the day, Aru has it, so it worked out.
Excuse me. I mean that's fair, but what? Like they're like, well, I wonder if it's that our money, bitch. It's the same fucking truck. Of course, that was your money. What? Dumb, so dumb. By the way, the ski masks were so adorable.
Yeah, I love the ski masks.
That's good. That's cute as hell. Like if I ever do OnlyFans, I'm getting a cute ski mask like that. I'm this what the way. Oh my god, I might just get like a bunch of custom ski masks, depending on what kind of content I'm making.
And then you can sell them as merch afterwards.
Period. Oh, not you. Let me write this down. Hold on. But yeah, and then poor Hiroko is stuck with wearing the back, the paper bag. That is nuts.
She got dragged around a lot this episode. Like, oh, nice to meet you. Time to put on the bag and rob the bank.
I'm like, well, they were going to like, I don't know, kidnap you and sell you off. So
you owe us, yeah.
So we prevented a crime being done upon you. So now you must help us do a crime to something else.
If we ever do get a season 3 of this show, she will be a major character, by the way.
Oh, interesting.
I'm glad that she showed up here.
I mean, how likely do you think a season 3 is?
I hope we get a season 3.
Okay, that answers my question. Not likely. Well, you know, yeah. I mean,
it's not as unlikely as you think. This season's probably only 12 episodes. A season 2 would be 12 episodes. They could do it.
No. I mean, at this rate, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Wait, did you just say the season 2's happening?
I don't know if season 2 is happening, but I can see it happening.
Yeah,
It's a major. It's not like FGO where they would need we need 100 episodes to do the story.
Right.
For one Lost Belt.
Gotcha. Ugh, don't remind me.
Also, Aru was great this episode.
Yes. Yeah, she was. The way she was simping for, the girls who she did not realize. Gosh, she's so dumb. I love it.
She is dumb, but she's cute.
She is, yeah. Her being dumb is what makes her charming. I also really like. Oh, is it not no, is it? It's no, yeah, Nonomi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also love her. Cause I feel like her and Aru are like different sides of the same, yeah, different sides of the same coin, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
One is just, well, richer than the other. Great. Is there anything else to say? Oh yeah, well, finding out that the Dark Bank was affiliated with the Kaiser Loan Company that they're indebted to, that was kind of like, oh, damn, that kind of feels bad.
Yeah. Shit.
So
I guess that explains why they only take cash.
yep. I wonder if they're gonna expound upon that. You
I
know,
hope so.
me too. Yeah, 'cause that'd be interesting. All right. Up next we have our last anime of the night, Dungeon Meshi. Episode 17. Once again, our episode of the week.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to make them.
Right? I'm just like, they kind of went balls to the wall with this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I told you we were going to get Fallon sooner than later.
Yep. You were correct. She came and she killed everybody.
In such a great way. This show does such, even though they are kind of immortal because they can be revived, it still does a great job of using like the violence of them dying. It's almost Higurashi-ish in a way, I think, because they always die in such gruesome and unexpected ways.
I mean, it's in a dungeon. They're not, no one's gonna just die in their sleep.
I mean, it's never something like, oh, they just got stabbed or something. It's always like, oh, I literally crushed her head while I flew down.
Well, some of them died just from getting stabbed.
Yeah, stabbed by a fucking rock pillar through the chest.
Oh, that was rough. Yeah, that
More
was
skewered than stabbed.
Well, she warned everyone to get close to her.
I love that it felt like they were fighting a raid boss because they were just like all trying to kill her and just kept countering them.
Yeah. Oh my god. That whole thing with Kaboru. First of all, Kaboru, he is such a G. I don't know. I really fucked with him.
I don't even care if he's going to be evil or not. He's just really fucking cool.
Right, exactly. He's just cool as shit. He just came out and he took off his armor, just sneak up behind her and said, "Cluck, cluck, cluck."
Shank, shank, shank.
Right, it just shanked her like a badass. Like, I mean, I don't know why he didn't just stab her in the head, though. I noticed he was like, I stabbed all her vital organs. I'm like, what about her brain?
Yeah.
What about her brain?
He did slit her throat, so I guess
Oh.
he thought that would be enough.
No, that, you know what, and that's fair. He's also stabbed her like 50 other places.
Yeah.
And then she said, yoink, smash.
I like that he actually made, like, they did the whole, like, don't hurt her. And he's like, are you fucking kidding me? She, like, killed 3 people already. I'm gonna try to kill her.
Right. And then he's like, and then I like that, Laos is like, fine. Also, did you notice that Senshi, the entire scene was holding the food? He did not drop the food once. I'm like, you couldn't just put it down in a corner somewhere and fight?
No.
That's insane.
He's there for the food.
Fallon was not going to be dinner, so what? That was very much a wild fight and really cool too.
Yeah, it was really nice to watch. They definitely utilized the budget for the best reasons.
I don't know. I feel like this whole series is just budget. Like all of it. Like even outside of fighting, it's just crazy faces. Everywhere. Very expressive faces. Yeah, let's see. Shuro and Lyos finally get into it. Like they're finally like addressing the elephant, or in this case, the chimera in the room. And Shiro's just like, Girl, I just don't fuck with you. She's like, I just don't like you. You're weird. You're in the way. You cock block me with your sister.
Yeah, all understandable reasons.
Um, First of all, once again, because the way I do not have to explain to you, shoot, like if I was Laos, because we would really fight. Because Laos, he's a lot of things, but Laos, and this is why I think that Loki Laos is like a sociopath.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really succumb to emotion. Like I feel like
I mean, he kind of did this episode where he slapped Shuro.
He did, and it was like fighting, but even so, he was like, he wasn't he wasn't angry. Like there was no anger in his voice. It was more like a tenacity.
Yeah.
If anything else, you're like, no, I am gonna save my sister, and I'm just gonna beat him because we're just gonna do that, and I'm stronger than you because I ate. Which I was like, that's so weird. It's like it's either you're a sociopath or because I don't know. Me personally, I would beat the shit out of Shuro because I'm like, this is the second. You do not get to tell me the steps I'm taking to save my sister's life. You ran away like a bitch. I came right back. We are different. We are whole different monsters. Like, don't you know who are you to tell me what I can't do for my sister? Baby, don't get your feelings involved because I'll beat the shit out of you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'll take that samurai sword and stick it up somewhere where you won't think about my sister anymore. No, like I don't know. Shuro had like a very weird I don't even say superiority complex, but I think it was just like combined with the frustration of the situation and his disdain for Laos. I just feel like he just wasn't being fair, and then once he heard the dark magic, he just lost his shit. Like, and he's like, "How can you?" Like, he hates that Laos is like just being positive despite everything that's going on. But Laos is just like, "Hey, this is what we did because I want my sister back." Like, you know, I could do what needs to be done, or I could be like you and just not eat, not sleep, and then still do nothing at the end. You came here, you saw Phelan as Big Chicken, and you became the Big Chicken and ran away. So what are we talking about?
Sure, he does end up just walking over like, oh, well, if you need me, ring the bell.
Right, because unlike Laos, it's like he just kind of gives up. He's just like, he thinks it's too late. There's no hope for Fallon because she's been resurrected.
If she does come back, he definitely shouldn't get with her. It's
not at all. Absolutely not.
He's kind of trash.
Absolutely not. That's this episode kind of turned me off of Shuro like a lot because I'm just like, how dare you get in the face of her brother, like judging her brother for taking steps to save his life. Like, yes, does he seem kind of like a sociopath when he's like breaking it down? What happens? Absolutely. I've already said Laos is not like it's not. He's not all up there in the head. Laos is kind of, you know, he's a little touched, as the people would say. But he's still like more or less like an upright guy, just trying to do what he can to save his sister.
Yeah,
which is literally more than what you've done.
Shuro has not done fucking anything
except yell and fight Laos and judge Marcial for dark magic, who, by the way, she's just like, hey, my dark magic can't do all, it's not gonna change her into whatever the fuck that is. You know, it's I feel like she has some, I mean, I I couldn't speak on her mastery of dark magic, but she is kind of like really old. So yeah, that's why I'm just like, I didn't like him. I didn't like him after this. To be honest, 'cause he just runs away with his tail between his legs. But yeah, oh yeah, and then the harpies, harpies, the harpy ladies.
Harpy ladies showing up.
And they didn't cook the harpies themselves. They cooked the eggs.
They ate their eggs, yeah.
Yeah. Which
I guess the harpies are too human-like anyway, so it's like, it's better off.
Listen. I'm chopping off the legs and I'm making fried harpy legs.
Gross.
They look like chicken legs. Come on. They look.
I'll stick to the eggs.
Well, apparently even Kaoru didn't want to. Speaking of which, I thought once again him being cool as shit and so insightful. Like his foresight is insane. Where he's literally thinking like, "Oh my god, but what's gonna happen once he kills if they're somehow able to kill the Overlord? You know what's gonna happen to the dungeon? Will he be in charge of the dungeon? Do we want Laos in charge of a dungeon where they have all these crazy ass monsters and he has all this knowledge of the monsters and whatnot? And you know, honestly, that's kind of like I would never even think about that. I don't think Laos would all of a sudden just be like, yes, and now I'm gonna use a dungeon and like I don't know, kill people? Question mark. I think he just legit just wants his sister.
Right.
But you know, Kabru is like, you know, I feel like in his mind he's like I've watched Star Wars. I know how this ends.
I know power corrupts.
Yeah.
I do like that Laos is Kabru even mentions it. Like he's not super strong as an adventurer. He's just like average at best. But his like strength comes from
his knowledge,
how much he knows about the monsters.
Yeah,
which is an interesting concept. It's just like it's not about strength. It's just about how much I fucking know.
Yeah,
about their anatomy and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point we should be aware that that's kind of his strong point because he's kind of been on it literally since the start. So yeah, looking forward to the next episode. I feel like they're gonna like calm down now. It's gonna be like a little bit more episodic, maybe until like
I think so too. Until like towards the end.
Yeah, until like the last maybe 3 episodes, for it'll take for it starts picking up again. All right. Well, I think that is it for our weekly reviews, but that is also the end of our show. Oni, please take it away.
Guys, if you enjoyed this week's episode of the Waifu Wars podcast, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you catch every episode as they go up every week. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party in our Discord, all linked in the description down below. You can even become a channel member or patron and join us for our weekly live watches, where we watch Mushoku Tensei and Konosuba with our patrons. So if that sounds interesting, you know what to do. And Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Once again, just a reminder, on Patreon, we are rolling out some new shit, probably like towards like start next month or the summer in general. So yes, keep a lookout for that.
Yes, and on that note, this has been Soberoni and
Scooby-Doo.
We'll catch you later. Later.
Bye.